And all of the action with discussion was quick.
Yeah. I think we'll be good. I still have my purse packed from whenever we went to assessment today for choir. So I have my iPad, I have my water bottle sticking out of there, I had like lipstick, my AirPods. I was like, okay, that's what we're doing today.
My mom is.
All right, we're ready.
Ready? Everybody ready? Good evening, everyone.
Oh, you're not on.
Can you hear me on this? No. Good evening, everyone. The time is now 6 p.m. And I'd like to call to order the March 25th, 2025 regular monthly meeting. We'll now have the statement of board mission. Emma?
The statement of board mission: by working together, Spencer County School District will make a difference in the lives of all students. Then our vision statement: Spencer County Schools will challenge and support all students to become highly effective individuals.
I'd like to welcome everybody here. I dare say this is one of the biggest crowds we've ever had at a board meeting. If there is anyone here who would like to address the board during this meeting, there are forms on the table as you come in. Please fill out the form and give it to Michelle over here at the side, and she'll make sure I get it. When we come to that time, you'll have your opportunity to speak. Okay, let's move on to review and adopt agenda. Whoops. On this one. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as written?
I'll make the motion.
Pam, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Tim, all in favor? Unanimous. I will let you know that Dr. Shelburne is on her way, but it may take her a bit to get into the building, so she may be about 10 minutes late today. Dr. Foster, recognitions.
Yes, we have 3 recognitions this evening, or 3 groups of recognitions. One is a rather large group, but Mr. Rucker is going to help me with the first one. So, Mr. Rucker, if you would join me at the podium, and then I think, Pam, it's your night to take pictures.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
I was going to say, it's not back to me yet. That I know.
Well, as you all are very well aware, the district, the board, and our leadership team have invested greatly in our transportation program and our pupil transportation services. You can see tonight that they all hang together. They all come out when it's time to get things done. We play together, we work together, and we succeed together. And tonight we're going to recognize one of our members of the transportation team who has gone above and beyond. Most of you know that last week we experienced a small fire on a bus. And so in reviewing the tape and kind of looking at that, just to look at the training opportunities that we have there, I truly, when I watched that tape, Cameron and I both walked away and we said, that's a training tape if there ever was one. And so at 5:58:08, a small fire broke out on the wiring harness of a bus. At 5:59:04, Ms. Hahn became aware of the fire on her bus, and by 5:59:56, all students had been safely evacuated from the bus. All procedures had been followed. The bus had been stowed, and all students were at least 40 feet away from the bus on the camera. And so her quick action that day, along with the quick action of our first responder community, ensured that each and every one of those students was safe. And so this whole department is here tonight to celebrate her quick action and the work they do together to ensure that all of our students are safe each and every day.
You're fine.
Get him in the picture.
Yeah, bring it. Oh, she's coming.
Great job. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. First, we want to recognize the State Beta Convention member. The State Beta Convention Creativity Writing is part of the academic competitions. Students are given 90 minutes to respond to a given prompt. They are not given the prompt ahead of time, similar to our KSA On Demand. Hadley has competed in this area since middle school and has placed in the top 5 many years, qualifying to compete at the national level. We're so proud of her as our state champion this year and wish her the best as she goes on to compete at the national level in Orlando this summer. So please join me in congratulating Hadley Roberts.
All right, now we have a team. to
A
celebrate.
team. So this year, SCMS Cheer started their season strong, being Region 8 winners for the 3rd year in a row. They also ranked 7th in the state, 2nd year in a row, being in the top 10 in the super large division. The team won first in the division regional winners for UCA that earned us a bid to national competition in Florida. SCMS Cheer is the first team in recent years to receive a bid to nationals. They were eliminated first round of competition, but we're extremely thankful for the opportunity to go. So join me in congratulating our SCMS Cheer team.
What do I do?
That's a full house, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Haley Richardson. Abby Clark. Addison McCarran. Chloe Shite.
Hot here. Maybe 6 less people.
You've been with that. Yeah. Been doing all that walking too.
Lindsay Riggs. Stanley Seibert. Madeline Gregory. Madison Hardesty.
And Coach Kim
My littles, get up here.
My littles.
You're one of them too. Come on, sweetheart. Thank you.
So guys, as we're taking this picture, we want to congratulate this team. A ton of hard work goes into a cheer season. They not only compete in cheer, they show up at ball games for football, basketball, what else am I missing?
Boys and girls basketball.
Boys and girls basketball. So it is a long season. It is a huge family commitment. So on behalf of myself and our Board of Education, we want to congratulate each of you, Coach Birch, and your families on a great season. So thank you.
Somebody dropped a phone.
All right. We're now at time for citizens and delegations. It's not working. It's on. Okay, members of the public may address the board without submitting an item for the agenda. No action will be taken during this portion of the meeting unless deemed an emergency by the board. KRS 16272 requires a public comment of at least 15 minutes. Board rules regarding conduct still apply during the public comment period. Each speaker is requested to limit their presentation to 3 minutes or less. This time limit may be extended by the board chair. Please note that speakers will not be allowed to make disparaging or critical remarks about individuals or employees of the district. Critical comments or complaints are processed through the district complaint procedure. First one on my list is that Christy McCarthy? You go right ahead.
She's got a packet of papers for you all just for informational stuff. So I want to start by saying good evening. Thanks for letting me talk. My name's Christy McCarley. I stand here tonight to appeal to you on behalf of the Spencer County High School archery team.
Thank you.
We want them to attend nationals. After qualifying, the team has faced repeated barriers competing at the national level for the last several years. These repeated denials hinder the students' growth and contradict the school's educational mission and Kentucky's educational standards. Spencer County Public Schools mission statement emphasizes challenging students to learn and achieve at their highest level. Participation in nationals would reward their hard work and inspire them to continue pursuing excellence. The school is failing to uphold its mission to provide challenging and engaging experiences that allow students to excel by refusing the team's attendance at nationals. The school may be undermining its duty to provide meaningful opportunities that align with its own mission and the state's educational goals. Kentucky Administrative Regulation 704 KR 303 states that schools should offer a variety of extracurricular programs to meet the interests and needs of students and encourage participation in regional, state, and national competitions. The refusal to send students to national contradicts this regulation and could be seen as a violation of state educational law. The Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution guarantees that all students have the right to equal access to educational opportunities, including extracurricular activities. Other teams, clubs, or extracurriculars are given the opportunity to compete at the national level. Denying the archery team access to these same opportunities could be interpreted as a violation of the principle of educational equity. The National Education Association states extracurricular activities are vital to the growth and development of the whole child and provide students with an opportunity to develop valuable life skills, such as teamwork, perseverance, leadership, and problem solving. Schools must prioritize these opportunities to help students succeed in all aspects of life. Denying students the chance to participate in the NASC Nationals directly contradicts this principle. To quote the National Center for Education Statistics, the U.S. Department of Education, engaging students in extracurricular activities, especially those they are passionate about, leads to improved student engagement, higher academic achievement, and increased self-esteem. Schools should prioritize the development of students by offering diverse opportunities for growth. Preventing the archery team from attending nationals sends a negative message to students about their efforts and future opportunities. Participating in a nationally recognized competition like this can significantly benefit students in terms of college admissions and scholarship opportunities. By denying these students the chance to participate, the school may be preventing them from gaining valuable experiences that could impact their future opportunities and potentially hinder students' long-term educational and career goals, thus undermining the school's responsibility to provide opportunities that contribute to their success beyond high school. Each year, the past 3 years, parents have raised concerns and offered viable solutions to ensure the team can attend nationals. However, these solutions have been dismissed without consideration, leaving parents, students, and the community frustrated and concerned. Denying these students this opportunity contradicts the school's mission to provide challenging educational experiences and undermines the supports of the families and businesses that have consistently backed them. I've given you each a copy with attachments. I sincerely hope you take everything I've said into consideration. There has been meeting at the lower level before I came here. I just felt like it needed to come here as well as the archers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carter.
Thank you.
And Ms. Heather Brown on the same subject.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Heather Brown, and I stand here before you on behalf of
Heather,
the...
speaking to here.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Heather Brown, and I stand here before you on behalf of the SCHS archery team, of which I am a junior captain. While we may not always be in the spotlight like some other sports, we have a strong, dedicated group of students who put in the effort, time, and passion to represent our school with pride. Recently, we competed in the NASP Kentucky State Tournament where we achieved higher scores than any time in SCHS history. But today, I'm here to raise a few important concerns. First and foremost, I want to bring attention to the fact that although we qualified, we're not being allowed to compete in East Nationals, which are held in Louisville, Kentucky. And the reason is due to a goal that has been set by our decision makers. The archery team was told that in order to attend nationals, we needed to achieve a performance level that was far beyond what we have been given the time and support to realistically achieve. But we did meet the requirements to be able to compete. This leads me to my second point, the need for equal opportunities. While other SCHS athletic teams are given the chance to move on without a local goal, it appears that we are held to a higher standard. We're not asking for special treatment. We're just asking for fair treatment. If we do get to go this year, we all understand that we are personally responsible for our own transportation and paying our tournament fees. In summary, it's not just about competing. It's about being given the same chance to succeed as every other team in our school. It's about creating a fair environment where every student, no matter the sport, is given the opportunity to represent their school at the highest level. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. We have one more speaker, Ms. Bowling.
He's coming from.
He is guy. Is that Brian? Okay, Brian Bowling. Thank you.
If you need an extra one, let me know. Here you go. Send that down to her. I can share with her.
Thank you.
Good evening. If y'all don't know, I'm Coach Bowling at the middle school football team. I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I've been trying to work on this the last 2 years. First year, on that last page, I was told the stipends was approved, but it never went through, and there was a big uproar about one of my coaches and all this other stuff. But I did follow all the rules with that coach and stuff, but it just didn't get documented. Leading to this year, we got the approval for the third assistant coach, which at the time they said they were going to take away $250 from the other two coaches to pay this coach. And I said, I did not want that because I don't want to take away from all these people's time and hard work that they do with all these kids. And it ended up getting sent through anyways. But my understanding was that it was already approved to have the third assistant coach of a $500 stipend approved and not take away from the other coaches at the time before it got submitted to the board. And of course, long story short, come around fall, try to get stipends. Two of my coaches get shorted $250. So trying to make it right, trying to get my coaches by me trying to, make it right. So that's why I'm here today, just trying to present this to you guys. I don't know what we can do about this. I know that Mr. Mercer signed off on it 3 or 4 times, approving the other ones. But in all this conversations, these emails and stuff, it's always been interpreted to me that these positions was there and the money was different than what was actually allocated at the end of the year. So just going to keep it sweet. Just bring the information in front of y'all. See if y'all can just help me out. Appreciate it.
I would be happy to sit down with you and share the facts.
Yes, sir.
This board approved the exact stipend requests that were sent by the school.
I totally understand that. Yes,
I'd be
yeah.
happy to sit down, coach, and work through it.
All right.
No desire but to pay people for their time and effort and energy. So
Yes, sir.
be happy to get it resolved.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to move on to academic success and student achievement. Find the right spot. Yeah, Taylorsville,
Yes, Taylorsville
Yes.
Elementary is here to talk about houses, I believe. Ms.
I
Pence,
believe so.
are you gonna lead this group? You're not leading.
Got that one.
Who is leading? Okay, I love it.
So we like to see.
Oh, hold on. I got it. All right. Well, we have tonight before you our junior and senior house leads, as well as some teacher house leads. As you guys know, we started our journey with houses last year. Our big initiative this year was 6 houses, 1 school. So yes, we are all 6 houses, but we are still Taylorsville Elementary. And in that, they are going to show you tonight how we are creating profile of learners and those soft skill competencies within our house systems at TES.
Hi, I'm Brooklyn Brown, and I'm the senior lead.
Hi, I'm Avery lead.
And we are the Tim's Ticker House.
I wanted to be a house leader because I think I'm a good leader and
I wanted to be a house leader because one of my personal goals was to get better about talking in front of people.
each set of house leaders will connect profile of a learner by showing and explaining how we've done in our school with houses and house leaders.
Such as Tiger Talks, service projects, house assemblies, etc.
Stamper.
Hi, I'm Levi Corio. And we are going to be talking about empowered learners.
Being an empowered learner, you have to set goals. Becoming a house leader was a goal I could make my.
I became a house leader because I think I could be a good leader for my house and I would get better at public speaking. To be a house leader, we had to fill an application. Levi's going to pass those out. We had to describe ourselves. We had to get 2 teacher recommendations and we had to get our parent signatures as well.
Thank you, Eli. Serious stuff.
Being a house leader will help us reach our goals for the future by helping us with public speaking and being a good leader.
Hi, my name is Ace, and I'm the senior house lead for Vitale.
Hi, my name is Ainsley, and I'm the junior house lead for Vitale. We are going to show you how we became effective communicators. At house assemblies, we lead chants and get everybody hyped up in our house and bring them together. We cheer on others and make everybody more engaged and excited during house assemblies.
At our first fortnight this year, we were effective communicators by teaching our parents the house chants and signs. We also helped direct traffic in the hallways and told people where to go.
In Tiger Talks, we have to talk to first, second, and third grade differently for them, sometimes for them to understand directions and games.
Hi, I'm Andrea Lucero, and I am the junior house lead for Raja.
Hi, and I'm Easton Casser, and I'm the senior lead for Raja.
Tonight, we're going to talk to you about how we are active collaborators. At house assemblies, we are active collaborators by not only leading and demonstrating games, but also by cheering others from our school.
At Tiger Talks, we are active collaborators by playing team games and learning how to collaborate with our groups. After Tiger Talk, older kids help the younger kids back to their classrooms. As house leaders, we had to learn how to communicate with others to reach common goals.
Hi, my name is Trent Coulter, and I'm the senior house lead for Tigers.
Hi, my name is Charlie Cood, and I am the junior house lead for Tigress.
Today, we are going to show you how we have been engaged citizens. For Veterans Day, we have a school-wide performance. Each grade level sings a different song, and then we all come together at the end to sing one big song. This is how we say thank you to our veterans. As house leaders, we also greeted veterans and gave them programs for the performance.
As engaged citizens, we raise stuffed animals from the Norton's Children's Hospital for children that are sick in the hospital. As a school, we collected 756 stuffed animals, and we were told that was the biggest donation they had received. In December, we also collected food for families that needed a holiday meal. We are learning how to help people in our community.
Hi, I'm Maddox Denny, and I'm the senior house lead for Diego.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Sarah, and I'm the junior house lead for.
Today we are going to talk about how we are problem solvers. We had to figure out how to introduce the stuffed animals drive to our school. We decided to give them clues each day till on the final day we did the big reveal.
Originally, we were going to have each slideshow on a different TV, but we realized each student does not go down every hallway. Therefore, we decided to make a slideshow with all the slides on it.
During our meetings, we meet up as a group to figure out how to improve our houses. We try to meet at least once a month. Thank you for listening.
We're going to let Miss Brooks talk for a minute.
Y'all ready? Okay. So I just wanted to say, my goal this year was to really incorporate the houses in my classroom, just to bring that community together even more. So in my classroom, So if a student does something outstanding, they earn a point. They go on my sleigh wall. But what do we do?
Whose house?
Raja.
Whose house?
Raja. We do their chant. So if if a student in Vitali gets it, we go VITALY. Yeah. So we pump them up that way. And I wanted to reiterate the Tiger Talk. I feel like that's been huge with the profile of a learner, because I know Ainsley's in my Tiger House talk group. And we talk we have the House of Unity, the House of Courage, and we always focus on that every month. But we also how can we do this better at our schools? We've really worked on the problem solver just to bring the community even more together. Anybody?
Okay. Yes.
Anybody? That's basically it. It was just trying to showcase we continue to improve our houses every year. And so as you can see, they have their little stoles this year. So they had to apply. You can see what those expectations were. They had to go to 2 different teachers that weren't their teachers currently, that were either past teachers or other teachers that they had relationships with in the building to be able to get those recommendations. So we're trying to build those soft skills when I'm young. But do you have any questions?
We were invited to your, and it turned out Dr. Shelburne and I were able to come. I bet she has something to say about it. And the excitement that was very contagious. I mean, it was such a happy event.
Yes, it was. And I just love the fact that you're introducing this profile of learner at such a young age. And that's going to carry through all the way through middle school, high school. And, that's the emphasis right now that we're working towards. So it's great that you're starting at this age.
Yeah, I really love that too. And I really appreciate that you all are doing that, especially with the soft skills we were talking about, how they have to fill out an application, get a bunch of recommendations. That's amazing to see, especially as a senior. And I'm filling out all these things to graduate now. And I'm like, this is awesome. They are going to be so wildly prepared for all these big things coming up.
And it's amazing to just see the growth in them as a group this year. Just as we were practicing for tonight, several of them were like, okay, I need to make more eye contact, or I can't fidget with my paper. I want to make sure that my voice is clear. So they're even reflecting themselves and just watching the growth. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you for coming.
So glad
Appreciate you here tonight.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Watch that step.
Head start.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Great.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
No, it's fine.
Great job. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. You did great. Thank you.
All right. Next, we have a group that is going to share our STLP progress, accolades, and celebrations for the year. So STLP folks, come on up. Hello, Miss Gabriel.
Hello,
Miss
how are you?
Groves.
You guys just wait a second. All right. Well, good evening, guys. I'm representing the STLP as well as Ms. Gross. For those of us who don't know what STLP is, this is the Student Technology Leadership Program. This is our second year at Spencer County Middle School having STLP. And this year we have seen a growth of 300% in student participation. We actually have several members who actually were able to come out tonight. But STLP just encourages students to use technology in a creative manner to solve a problem, to develop a project, and to showcase their skills. At the middle school level, we focused on our creative digital arts projects, and you guys are going to see a video here in a second that's going to showcase those. But I did want to take one quick second to share some other exciting news besides our CDAs at the middle school. We are entering 4 live competitions in April 23rd. We are entering the Sumo Bots, which is a robotics fighting competition.
Wow.
We are entering the Cinemania competition again from last year. We have a brand new team of game developers who are creating a genetics mutation game that's going to teach students about the different science principles within genetic mutations. And then lastly, they just launched a brand new competition at the middle school level, which is drones. So we have a brand new drone team. It's made up of 4 kids. I think all of them are here. Wave, guys. Those are our Bear Force One drone team. We were donated, yeah, Bear Force One.
Well done.
We were
Well
donated drones this year from, what was the gentleman's name?
The guy who donated the money from the towers. You know what I'm talking about? It was Views on Learning,
Yes.
Tim
Yes.
Tahara.
Tim Tahara.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we contacted him and we're like, can we write a grant for this? And I told him what we were doing, and he said, I have 2 drones sitting here at my desk, and he mailed them to us.
Yes.
So we did an unboxing. The kids got super excited. They created a video that we sent back
Yep.
to Tim and let him know how exciting. And then all of a sudden we find out the middle school is able to do the competition this year. It's the first time middle school's been able to do the drone competition, and we're entering in the first time. So we're super excited about that.
We're super excited. There are 2 separate competitions within the drone competition. One is just a team flight where we change drivers mid-flight. And then the second one is actually a team competition where the one driver is blindfolded and has to rely on the communication of their team members. So currently on Thursdays after school, we are trying to still determine who's our best flyers. We still have some crashes, so if you want to come see them, I would come a little bit later. But we did start a brand new CDA that we had not participated in last year, and it ended up being our biggest project, which was our featured film. The students created a film. It's a zombie film. It's called The School of the Dead, and you guys will be able to see a very small section of it. And if you are interested in seeing the full film, just let me know, and I can share that with you guys. But for sake of time, we're only going to give you a small sneak peek. But before we really show you guys that, I did just want to take a second to give back to you all for your continued support the last year and this year. So we have a little something for all of you. Since our biggest project was a movie, we decided to make you guys little movie themed baskets. I do apologize if there are any allergies. Feel free to do some swapsies later as needed. And you guys have a original ticket for The Sickening. Yes. Little sugar pick me up. All right. If you guys want to direct your attention to the TV, we will share our CDA showcase for you guys.
Not sure where to put this. Oh, it's good. That's fine.
Is the volume up on the
Turned
computer?
up to 100.
Is it up on your computer?
Yeah, that's it.
I just want to take a second to thank you for the opportunity to show off many of our students' hard work that they have completed throughout this school year. The music that you hear playing in the background was actually created by our 6th grader, Barrett Milburn, when he entered the Digital Music English contest. He based his inspiration off of a hydraulic press. The next two images you were going to see were created by students who are part of the academy. They decided to compete in the infographic competition, and they created 2 original infographics to submit to state.
This is known as I'm Sasha, and this is the SCMS Blockers, otherwise known as the Minecraft team. We've been working on this project for a huge amount of time. And we really appreciate the love that we showed our creativity and our happiness through this.
My name is Adeline Martin. I'm a 6th grader at Spencer County Middle School. My project is a 3D model dice I made myself with the Comic Sans font. The project I chose because I was really inspired by many dice makers, particularly D&D dice makers. I learned a lot about 3D modeling and 3D printing.
Hi, my name is Valeria Cusero. Where I got my inspiration from was my friends. When having friends, we can make a bond. That bond is true friendship. True friendship is the precious treasure to have in all of our lives. Friendships could come from different sizes, shapes, and forms. When I see my games and my dogs, I can see true friendship in the 2 of them. It really doesn't matter how big we are. We can still care and love each other.
Hey, my name is Caleb Osborne. I'm the 7th grader at SCMS. I love going cars, truck shows, taking photos. I was inspired to do this project because I love watching.
It's only in your computer. Oh, we pulled the cable out. Somewhere. No. Poor Michelle. Thinking it was 20 minutes. Is it a Wi-Fi issue? Maybe. There we
All right,
go.
there you go. Yeah.
One of the projects I did was digital illustration, in which I drew a character I had designed for my brother. Found it really hard to draw the actual head of the character and get the colors to work properly without butchering through other lines.
Hi, I'm Christopher. So this project is basically just how we redesigned the cover based off of how we imagined it. The technology I used for this was my iPad, my Apple Pencil, and Procreate. And then I used Google for like a reference on like how to draw pie and things like that.
Thank you. My name is Ava Carr, and I've been with SWP for 2 years now. Through these 2 years, the program has encouraged me to improve my artistic skills and knowledge of digital technology. This year, I reviewed a book cover from Little Woman by Lisa May Alcott. I took a reference picture of my friends and started drawing with a tablet and Apple Pencil. I used our book as my drawing app. I had a very specific idea for what I wanted it to look like, and I was able to portray that in my drawing. I wanted the 4 main characters to be playing a game called, often mentioned in the book, Playing Pilgrim. But I wanted them to have the impression of freezing to listen to Joe, the girl reading. It took me weeks upon weeks to complete it, and I was proud when I found it finished. With the grass, the girls, the clouds, and the tree-looking background was something I would say I worked hard on, and I was pleased with the results. SDLP has motivated me to increase my artistic prowess and when I completed by dedicating myself to something. This program has pushed me to learn, grow, grow both digitally and in my own skills.
Hi, my name is Aiden Chung. I'm a part of the Grizzly Motion Studios, or otherwise known as our company, followed by Policy Duckers,
Landon Flowers,
Haley,
Rain Flowers.
Instagram, Adeline Martha, is Aiden Bell. We are showcasing a video production project called The Singing.
Our movie, The Sickening, is about a kid who forgot his lunch at home and his day took an unexpected turn for the worse.
We worked as a team by having our group work together to make ideas and improve our skills filming using what we used to film our movie was a tripod, tablets, our computers, a pair of microphones, stimulants, and theater.
And we couldn't have done our film without the help of our amazing custodians, Miss Gross, Officer Rollins, Miss Walker, and our awesome sauce SDLP teacher, Miss Gailey.
Bye. Oh shoot, I forgot my lunch. What's that bag over there? Hey kid, you get your lunch? Yeah, how'd you know that? That's besides the point. Here, you want my lunch? I made it with a special sauce from home. You sure? Yeah. $25. Okay, let me do it. That's a little over there, but it's all right. Thank you. Well, have a good day. I wonder what this is gonna taste like. The special sauce I had made. Oh, feels so good. Feel good.
Sound effects are low.
What's happening? Anderson!
So that was the end of our sneak peek for that film. After this point in our movie, things do take a drastic turn. There's a zombie in the hallway, and kids get dropped off by Officer Rawlings at one point. So if you are interested in seeing more, please just let me know. But thank you guys for your the opportunity to showcase all the hard work from our kids this year.
Thank
And
you.
then-
Like to see more.
And then one of the elementary
Want
schools.
more?
What?
I want to see more.
I'll send it to you right after the meeting. Fair warning. Kids do get eaten by the zombie. So it's kind of goofy.
When is the competition?
It is April 23rd.
Okay.
Yep. They scored very highly in several categories. I think 7 of their CDAs made it to state. And so they're top 6 already in the state.
Yeah.
They said they had a record number of entries this year. So they did phenomenal work.
Thank you.
All right, now we have our STLP team from Spencer County Elementary School here to share. Thank you all for being here.
Nice.
Hi, we are SCES STLP, and we would like to introduce our project, Ready, Read, Go. The challenge we address is that some students see reading as boring homework. Our team loves to read. Avery has a library named after her for reading so much. We want
students to see that reading is fun if they find the right book.
Teachers and librarians, because students won't be forced to read, they will want to.
We keep our personal information like our names out of our videos so that we can publish on public sites like YouTube, Facebook, and our school webpage. This will be positive because we are sharing with people outside of our school. For example, Spencer County Public Library and other elementary schools.
We used AI tools to help with our script and website, but edited the results to be exactly what we needed for our project. The other technology tools we used included iPads, green screens, Canva, and Google Forms. To solve the problem, we are making and editing interesting video book trailers. We include picture books, chapter books, fiction, and nonfiction books to help students find something they enjoy. Could you please play our video?
Good morning. My name is Mr. Dunning, and I recommend the book for the wild things. It's about a little boy who gets in trouble and is made to go to bed, and he says no and do whatever he wants. So he discovers where the wild things are, and wild ruckus begins. It's a great story, and I think you really enjoy it. Why I like it? It just it's a fun little book that brings to life some monsters and little boy's imagination, just to see his imagination go wild, like my imagination can go wild. So I'm going to read you my favorite part of the day. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roar their terrible roars and gnash their terrible teeth, and roll their terrible eyes, and shove their terrible claws. That's my favorite part. Thank you.
We made a display in the library. We bought extra copies of the books with our STLP club funds to increase the number of students who could check it out. One of our own members even discovered a new book while working on this project. Eli and I discovered a new book that we liked just by working on this project.
To record our project success, we tracked views on YouTube each week and how many times the book was checked out from our library. To let people in our school community know about our project, we added video links to Clever, which is our school student resource app, broadcasted on our students' news program, created a bulletin board outside the library with QR codes, posted links on our school website page and Facebook page, as well as the parent-teacher organization social media page.
To communicate with our community and state now about to let our community and state know about our project, we have shared our book trailers with our public library and other elementary schools for them to use with their students. We've communicated with the Louisville Cardinals basketball coach to create a PSA encouraging students to read.
Collaborating with our teachers has made this project very strong. They filled out our Google form with book recommendations and added interviews and book readings to our videos. Teachers share our videos with their students to view. Our school librarian recommended good books that weren't being read. She helped us tell students about our project and track the books being checked out. STLP helped her set up a book display and bulletin board with our book recommendation QR codes.
Taylorsville Elementary, Spencer County Public Library, and Will Elementary in Jefferson County all have librarians that are sharing our project with students to help them find the right book. Our principal and assistant principal helped with our school's social media and website. District Tech team member Miss Baldwin had us share our project with the school board. She also got us t-shirts and a bus to our state competition. feedback from staff and students has been great. Views of our videos continue to grow, and the requests for these books are skyrocketing. We have a couple QR codes. Maybe you'll find a book that interests you. This is an example of our book trailer, or you can scan one of our QR codes.
QR code works.
QR code was
Yeah. Good job, Tick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Have you ever tried finding something special? Something you didn't even know you were looking for? Meet Porter, a bear who's looking for a friend. When a little girl named Lisa wants to take a run, she discovers something is missing. A missing button. I have to find it. Join Porter on an unforgettable journey as he searches for his missing button and learns something along the way. Will Lisa and Porter find happily ever after? Discover the heartwarming story of Corduroy, a tale about friendship, acceptance, and finding the perfect place. Corduroy is located in the Everybody section of the SCS library. Book level 3.5. AR points 0.5. Quiz.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So what I understand from your presentation, U of L fans like to read.
And
UK fans
and
do
we
not.
sent emails to both coaches. Only one responded.
Go Cards.
Yeah.
Great.
There we go. There we go.
Good job. Fantastic.
Thank you.
for being
Well, you have a good little check.
What team's still playing?
EC. Good job.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's not nice. Here you go.
No way I can do this.
Use those. Those are
It
nice.
starts lowering on you. Yeah. I'm sitting here like, you're seeing me down here.
All right.
All right, so my name is Jenny Pitwell, and this is actually Brownie, and we took over SLP this year. We went from, I think they had like 7 members at dealership last year, and we had about 36 this year, and then I did some activities school-wide as well. We also turned in 31 CDAs, we worked on them all year long, and we had 9 placed in the top 10%. So we were super excited about that. I'm gonna share that in just a little bit. But the biggest thing that we've done is our kitty corner project. So the kids are going to do that.
Taylorsville Elementary presents the Kitty Corner. Our project is supporting the Spencer County Humane Society Kitty Corner. The technology we use were Canva, iMovie, WeVideo, Tinkercad, Google Sites, and more. Watch our documentary to find out more.
How many cats think is the internet today?
Right now, we have 31 unaltered. That means they're not spayed or neutered. We have 27 that are up for adoption. But on average, we normally have about 36 on average cats at any given time. My high school daughter, she is a cat person, and she said, "Why not?" There's no good answer for a no, so here it is. Came down in the street, keeping out on the street. Some came in, the cat and that baby. And they showed up their mom and the baby. And then some were just so safe that sometimes people just, hit it. So they must And you would go online to our website, amtgmailsite.com, and there's a link there that says adoption application. You get all those questions, then it comes to me and I read over it and I research and go from there. And your needs you will have. One thing, kitty litter, we change a lot of kitty litter boxes, and there's a lot of poop. We need grocery bags, like rubber bags, and then kitty chat, if I need the big. So there are 3 biggest.
Can I send it there?
We are empowered learners by using our website to raise the Kitty Corner, teaching students in our community about the Kitty Corner, citizens by citing our resources, shared our information with school approved sites. We shared no personal information, made sure that all the information that we shared was absolutely true.
Art. So first, maybe one of Fallon. Also, we have kind of what the kitty corner could have looked like, or what some other cat cafes look like. So that would be the second picture right there. Also, we have an infographic that was made by. And lastly, we have a video that is like a multimedia mashup almost, made by someone who is not here with us today, Anna Sophia.
Please come help us to see. Sorry. So this is it. We have the feature video again. And then if you keep on scrolling, there's a few of our projects. And then if you go to how do we help over there on the side. More of our project fundraiser that we raised a lot of cats and a feature video. Reasons to adopt. This infographic. A ton of reasons. And the stories. A ton of awesome and amazing. There's a team. And yeah.
We were computational thinkers by using our website to see what people Kitty Corner. So most people actually did already know about the Kitty Corner, which is really good for us. And as you can see, 64.2% of our people that answered our little quiz that we showed you earlier said yes, they knew about this beforehand. After learning more about the Kitty Corner, most people said they would probably visit, though sadly, 28% said they wouldn't. Now that, and
We were creative communicators by making posters about our fundraiser. We also made our documentary and our Kitty Corner website.
We were global collaborators by doing a fundraiser for the Kitty Corner. As you can see here, we had a flyer that we created for the Kitty Corner fundraiser that we did, which we called a coin war. Also, we have our results for the Kitty Corner. In first place, we had second grade. In second place, fifth, we have fourth. We collected a total of $1,688.37, which was all given to the Kitty Corner. And that last picture is a picture of us giving the check to the owner of the Kitty Corner, which you saw in our documentary video. The creative digital 5 redesign and top 15 book cover Amelia V, and top 25 for Athens State, and top 7 state in Anna Sophia. For info. State documentary and sitting. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? We have some amazing students here.
Yes.
That are the
Guys, while we are transitioning out, I want to thank all 3 STLP groups for coming in and presenting. Parents want to thank you for hanging in. I know it made for a late evening, but your students have worked very hard. And the growth in STLP from last year to this year is amazing. So greatly appreciate that. Teachers, thank you for spending your time and energy, and we appreciate you sharing with us.
Yes. Thank you. The toys they have.
Yes.
Up there. Okay, as they leave, we'll get ready for superintendent's report.
Yes, very brief this month. I start with dates and reminders. This Friday is a non-school day. It is Records Day. Will lead us into spring break. Next week, our district will have spring break, March 31st through April 4th. And then we come back on April 7th. That is a non-school professional development day. A reminder to the board, we do not have a work session in the month of April. And then our regular meeting is the 22nd, and I put our tentative last day for students and closing day for staff that we hopefully will approve here shortly. I have also noted our proposed graduation date here for you. We'll be talking about that. Ms. Butler will be sharing that with you here in just a little bit. Recent leadership meetings. Our next principals meeting is in April, on April 9th. Our operations team has met twice this month on March 3rd and March 17th. My out-of-district travel since we met the last time was February 26th. We have an OVEC Board of Directors meeting tomorrow, but it is virtual, so I will not be leaving the district. I don't want to overlook our educational foundation. They did their Denim and Pearls event last month, raised a record-setting $87,130.15. That will be given right back to our district and our students, which is just amazing. One of the transitions this year is they are transitioning from what used to be called a pyramid award, which was an opportunity for teachers to apply directly. And actually some of our STLP groups benefited from that, to an award called a Great Idea Award, which I really like. So they're kind of modeling that, marketing that a little bit differently. So that has been sent out to our staff. They have up until I think mid-April to apply for a Great Idea Award. So thank you to our educational foundation for all their hard work. The next page just reminds the board the final steps of my evaluation for the year. Tonight, I'm sharing with you information and artifacts from Standard 7, which is influential leadership. Next month, my task is to review my PGP and board goal progress with you. And then in May, I will present my capstone, and then you will evaluate me formally on June the 10th. So last but not least, my superintendent ILP artifacts for this month come from Standard 7, which is influential leadership. As I shared last year, probably my greatest area of growth in my first year. So noted a few things this year, specifically under Standard 7, legislative involvement with OVEC and KASA, collaboration with local elected officials. I'm very lucky there. The elected officials here in Spencer County have been very welcoming to me and really appreciate our school district, and that's a great place to be. My work on the board of directors with the Chamber of Commerce, and even before that, when I was just an active member. Next, leading our district's annual policy and procedure review. That was a heavy lift and something I learned a great deal from last year. A new one, leading Spencer County Middle School through principal selection. I did that last year with our Early Learning Center when we selected Miss Beth St. Bernard, who's doing a fantastic job, I might add. Serving on the OVEC Board of Directors, as well as the Educational Foundation Board of Directors, adding and building a growth planning and site visit model for our principals, and then lastly, representing Spencer County Schools at various job fairs, which I greatly enjoy to do. So lots of things that I've done under Standard 7. So that's it for me, Madam Chair, unless you guys have any questions.
Any questions? Okay. Move on to action with discussion. Board minutes, we've all had a chance to review the minutes. Dr. Foster, do you have a recommendation?
Yes, approved draft minutes for February 25th and March 11th as presented.
Do I have a motion as stated?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Lynn, do I have a second? Jason, all in favor? Unanimous? And move on to the 24-25 amended school calendar.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Rucker is going to join us and share a little information we have for you tonight, a revised calendar that reflects some days we need to make up, and we'll be adjusting some dates as a result.
This thing is like right in your face. Well, good evening, friends. If you'll take a look at the attached calendar that you see up above you there, we have 4 days we're going to be working on making up. If you take a look, we had 4 traditional snow days, 8 NTI days, and then now we have 4 proposed makeup days for your consideration. They are May the 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. As we kind of looked at our options between graduation and then looking at when election days fell and didn't fall. Luckily, we don't have one that falls in this year for the primary. So we were able to recoup that day and still sneak all of our days in without having to completely disrupt the high school final schedule and being able to get into Broadbent and Rita all in the same week, which if you've ever tried to thread that needle, that is quite the task to have happen. So right now, all the planets have aligned for us for those 4 days. So we hope that you guys will be able to move forward with those as recommended.
Any questions, comments? Okay. Do you have a recommendation, Dr. Foster?
Yes, ma'am. Approve the 2024-25 amended calendar as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Rucker. Do I have a motion as stated?
I'll make the motion.
Pam, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Tim, all in favor? Unanimous? Let's move on to graduation date and location.
Miss Butler is going to join us at the podium. She's got some very good news for at least one young lady sitting at the table up here this evening, I predict.
Keep a lot of questions.
Good news for all
on
of us, but
Yeah.
specifically one young lady. Yeah.
We have a plan. So with the amended school calendar now set, we can move to schedule, location, date, time for the Spencer County High School graduation ceremony. So after communicating with Broadbent Arena and trying to figure all that out, we have Thursday, May 22nd and Thursday, May 28th available for us to reserve, So we request your approval to reserve for Thursday, May 22nd with the ceremony start time of 6 p.m.
Any comments or questions?
Emma?
I was gonna say, I will say, I agree. Like, I'm okay. Let's do it. But the only thing that I have to say is that I know that that'll probably be a final day for the high school because it's going to be the last day of school. But that also raises a concern for me because the choir and band are usually at our, assistants, and they sing "Mild Kentucky Home," the national anthem, and then obviously the band plays the graduation.
All thoughts have been considered.
We have a plan.
We have a plan for all of those things.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do we have a?
Are we,
Go ahead.
because I'm trying to just think back over the last couple of years. My only question is 6 o'clock with traffic and getting to Broadbent. How are parents going to react to that?
Yeah.
And I would say later, like, I mean, I know I understand it's a Thursday and I know we are really trying to thread the needle and maybe the planets we didn't get all 8 planets in a line this year. We got 7. I'm just throwing that out there.
There are some logistical challenges. We typically take our seniors down for a final run through rehearsal, getting choir band down there. So also having buses available to transport our seniors, our musical performance groups, really later than 6 o'clock makes that tough. If the board wishes to push the start time back, we will adjust.
And there's like 200 plus kids. So I worry about how long it's going to take us to walk and everything too. Like we might be there later, which I mean, whatever, but very valid.
My biggest concern is parents getting off work at 5 o'clock, trying to get there by 6. It's
right.
So we're hoping this is enough time so people can kind of make plans for that.
Yeah.
Hoping.
We graduated last year at 6 o'clock, correct?
Yeah, on a Thursday.
And I think there's a flip side of that too. A lot of parents like to go out to dinner and things like that. And get into that 7 o'clock window. We bank on probably 2 hours to get each ceremony, pictures, all that kind of stuff complete, and families start to get out. So that was kind of one thing that was taken into consideration when we discussed like.
So you also have to think,
yeah,
6, half a dozen.
The high school's the seniors will be taken fairly early for practice, and then that's going to be 6, 7 hours of, I mean, you can only practice so much. So you also have to think of place for them to be, because they can't necessarily be in the room that whole time. So that lots of things came into that decision of 6 o'clock. So.
I just wanted to bring it up and us have a few minutes of comment so everybody
Absolutely.
would be able to hear why, because this is kind of me like the calendar decision.
Yeah.
We'll have half the people love it and half the people will be frustrated by it, and just to have that discussion out here for a moment.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
It is a good idea because you'll probably get some people commenting, asking why you did that.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you could say it was a trade-off, we had to,
And
that
is
helps.
a Saturday just completely out of the question at all? There's no, they've got something going on.
JCPS starts, I think, Friday
Yeah.
day, and they're all weekend long.
They essentially have all
So-
facilities locked down for 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to.
Friday, Saturday, and then they will reconvene on Tuesday, Wednesday.
So it was either the last day of school or waiting a whole week.
No Sunday.
They're booked all Sunday.
I
Yeah.
guess they fill it up on the weekends. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing else though. No other
Okay.
venues we could look at or.
Not at this time.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything's
But I'm
pretty
looking.
booked. Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a possibility.
I
But
would really like to one day get this on a Saturday to make it easier for
Oh,
parents.
Actually, I would add last year, we did it on Thursday for the first time and actually had a lot of people say that they liked it on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
yeah, it was great
I'm
last year.
interested to see what the feedback is.
Mhm.
I mean, we've been trapped a little bit by this since they tore down our Frankfurt building.
Right.
We used to, because we're kind of at their mercy. They get
Right.
first choice.
Okay.
Okay, well, Dr. Foster, do you have a recommendation?
Recommend approval to set the Spencer County High School graduation at Broadbent Arena on Thursday, May 22nd, 2025 at 6 p.m.
Is there a motion as stated?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Lynn, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Tim? All in favor? Unanimous? Let's move on to the technology van request.
Miss Riddle.
She is.
Technology currently utilizes a 2012 Ford Transit van, but the move to one-to-one with devices is crucial to repair devices quickly. So we are requesting an allocation of $20,000 to purchase an complete van. These funds will be utilized by a used work van, and as funds permit, the van will be equipped with extra storage and repair space so that we can keep a lot of our things with us, because right now they're all over the district, and so we're having to go building to building to pick up parts. So it'd be nice if we could have them all within a van that we can easily access. The current technology van would be moved to the maintenance department for custodial and painting needs within the district.
You know how many miles are on the current van?
73,274.
Gotcha. So still a lot of use. It's just small.
Yeah.
Small, leaking, so it's not great for electrical equipment.
What's the makeup of this van that you're looking at? I mean, the seating, the spaces.
Our current van has 2 seats. We would like to find a van that has at least 4 seats so that we can accommodate more of our team for like big projects. And our van currently doesn't have storage space inside of it. It doesn't have like racks or anything. So we would like to have something that has drawers and cabinet space that we can store the things that we need, but yet have enough room to put a Chromebook card in because we take them from building
In and out. Right. Okay.
So the seats will be removable in case you need more space, or?
Depending on the van, some
Okay.
vans
Which
actually
one?
have 4 seats plus the extra
Yeah.
space,
Oh,
depending on
okay.
how big you can get.
Yes. Yeah. Any other questions? Dr. Foster, you have a recommendation?
Yes, approve the Office of Educational Technology's request for approval of up to $20,000 for the purchase of a new fleet van as presented.
Do I have a motion as stated?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Tim, do I have a second?
I'll second. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Jason, all in favor? Unanimous? Let's move on to the e-pay applications.
Mr. Rucker.
It's that time of the month again where our contractors would like us to pay our bills, and so we've submitted those to you out in the DPO format that you're used to. So we recommend payment for our monthly bills this year. This month is a pretty big one, so we're going to tap over $700,000 as we pay the bills on this DPO.
We are still looking at April-ish, substantial completion next week.
Substantial completion should be accomplished by the end of April. If you kind of hang out down here some, you'll already see that some of our workers have already moved over to the Family Empowerment Center, and so they started demolition work this week there. And so once you approve this, then I believe the next item is actually to redo the BG1 on this whole project so that we can put everything under one big roof and put a tidy bow on it. So
That's
Thank you,
great.
sir.
Do I have a recommendation, Dr. Foster?
Yes, approve pay application number 5 and DPO submittal number 5 for the Spencer County Early Learning Center project from Churchill McGee for the Spencer County Early Learning Center renovation project BG 24149 as presented.
We have a recommendation. Do we have a motion as stated?
I'll make a motion.
Pam, do we have a second?
Yes.
Jason, all in favor? Unanimous? Let's move on to that next step you mentioned.
Meet Mr. Rucker.
So as you know, we have BG1s that open and do the cost estimates for all of our projects. Last meeting, you all were able to help us out and let us put that change order in that brought the Family Empowerment Center into the project. With that, we have to do the necessary paperwork for the state, and having a revised BG1 is the next step in that process.
Okay, and that's that and this? Just that?
Just this, yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
just
Mhm.
that one right now.
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions? Comments? Do we have a recommendation, Dr. Foster?
Approve the revised BG1 as presented.
Do I have a motion as stated?
I'll make the motion as stated.
Tim, do I have a second?
Second.
Lynn, all in favor? Unanimous? Let's move on to G, approval of the Spencer County High School weight room equipment.
Ms. Butler.
Again. So with this one, we are asking for a revamp of the workout space and the weight room equipment in the athletic complex. Sorry, we opened it 5 years ago and had to fill it with used equipment. So it has served its purpose for 5 years, but it's definitely starting to show wear and tear from being used equipment. So the submitted quotes are included. The cheapest quote's $22,000. The equipment will be a tremendous addition for our high school athletes, both men and women's. The cost of the equipment is going to be shared between the district and the high school. The district can cover $12,000 of it from existing budgeted funds, and the high school is planning to cover the balance.
Does anybody have any questions for?
What's the old equipment going to?
It can be surplus.
Maybe it's the middle school?
Could be, absolutely.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? There with that.
We're gonna hold that one up.
The funds right out the window, didn't it? Okay. Do we have a recommendation, Dr. Foster?
Yes, ma'am. Approve the request from Spencer County High School to purchase new weight equipment as presented.
Okay, do I have a motion as stated?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Lynn, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, there's Jason. All in favor? Unanimous. Let's move on to student accident insurance bids.
Mr. Rucker.
All right, we started our discussion last month about student accident insurance. We still have the same three bids, one from Zurich, which is our current provider. This is a renewal at $35,999.60. Our next lowest bid is from Hartford at $37,805.60, and our highest bid is from Access Insurance at $38,410.60.
Okay, did the concerns, did they get addressed? I know Jason.
That's funny you asked. I've been in contact with two other parents that have had significant injuries to their children this year. One on the way here to the meeting today that had no idea that this John Robinson guy existed. Like, I didn't know until March that the way it was set up through him. I did get an email from him this week. He is currently working on mine, but they had no idea. They paid everything out of pocket because they didn't know any of this was even an option. That was this afternoon on my way here. So I'm just not a fan. I think we probably need to look at this a little deeper and see if there's somebody else that, I know we're going with the lowest bid. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But is that necessarily the best for our students and our athletes? Is it that we go with the lowest bid? I don't think so in this instance.
Is there a difference in coverage or reputation or anything?
Well, I mean, honestly, most Kentucky school districts deal with Zurich because of their reputation. I know that we've had I think 3 incidents this year where we've had some fall through with them. But up until this year, we've had a flawless record with Zurich and moving forward with them. And when we've reached out to them on parents' behalf, they've been responsive to what we've asked them to do.
Right. Well, the thing that you were mentioning is that the parent didn't know anything. Is that something?
Yeah, there was
When
some
there's an injury, we're
paperwork that was
not letting
supposed
them
to be
know?
sent out
That's not the
to all
insurance
coaches and ADs, and it wasn't, somehow it didn't get into the right hands. And then, so that put everything back. But my complaint was my children were hurt in August and September. I didn't get no one reached out to me until after I was put back on the board. And it was like, oh, Mr. Phelps, how can I help you? This has been going on since then. And then, one of the families that was hurt prior to mine, a week before my son, has still not been in contact with him. So, that's,
Well, Jason,
and I'm kind of, maybe I'm pushing this a little much because I'm so, invested in it.
right.
But, it's odd that 3 of our athletes are hurt and all 3 have the same problem with the same insurance company.
Have any of those contacted you?
No, I reached out to them myself on, I'm not a board member, just as a concerned parent. Hey, have you had any issues? And I'm like, yeah, this is what's going on. And then today I finally got a hold of the last one and she was like, I don't even know who to contact. She's like, we paid everything out of pocket. So
My husband has worked at Anthem for 30,
and I'm not saying one of the
30
other 2
years.
is any better, but I think we need to look
I
at it.
still have trouble.
Yeah.
I think insurance is problematic.
I got 11 letters this week.
Yeah,
Is that problematic?
it is. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so.
it's a matter of fact. I
is.
think you're going to get that with any company, I believe, is my thought.
One thing to keep in mind is this coverage is secondary.
Yeah.
So there is logistical steps that have to happen
Believe
to
me.
document
Yeah.
that the person, the primary insurance does their part, and
Mhm.
what's left and what's residual. And so it's not a simple file and it gets paid. It's just not.
Yeah.
I will be honest with you, this is the first district that I've been employed that actually pays as a secondary and makes it full to parents. So it's a service we offer to our families. It's really, really a huge benefit. So, the fact is we've got 2 other companies. If you would prefer to make the motion to accept either one of those or get more information, we did request request for proposal, we could ask that they come and present the difference from company A to company B to company C. If that would make the ability to pass it more, I guess, maybe for the board to be more informed.
That's what I would prefer.
And I don't know
Actually-
that they will or what they would send us, but we can try.
And what I think it's not so much that or how much. They can come and present, but it's what their performance is there. Like you said, performance is pretty standard. That's the way it is kind of across the board. But I don't personally think any presentations, they're all going to put their best foot forward. To me, this sounds more like something that needs, I hate to say this, but to land in your lap or your lap to go to mediate between if it's not being done. Or if you know that they don't know anything about it, that it's more of an internal thing than it is a company thing.
To be honest with them, since we have gotten, they finally reached out to us.
Yes.
He's been, every week, every 2 weeks, he's been sending me updates and stuff like that. That's great. Okay. But these happened in August and September. Why did we wait until to March before this to ever get started? My wife and I have spent countless hours jumping through hoops just to keep these letters from coming. Hey, this one, it's going to collections and stuff, but we're trying to send this to them. And I understand it's secondary insurance, but this has been a pretty big, thorn in your side. And then you've got 2 other families that had similar incidents that are going through it as well. And just from a parent and a board member, I think we could do better,
Yeah, you have to pay.
Your insurance pays upfront.
Yeah, your personal insurance pays up front, but everything else you have to pay out of pocket and get reimbursed a certain amount of it. Is that correct? That's what I was told about a year or so ago.
It depends on, if it's braces, if it's therapy, there's all these different hoops you have to jump through, so.
And I think those are going to be the same.
It's different districts are done differently on the amount of therapy you can go and what's covered and what's not. Because we're in Shelby County doing this with Shelby County students that have gotten hurt. So we're comparing apples to apples with what they cover versus what we do, and if they've had any similar issues and things like that. So,
Greg?
Yeah.
I just wanted to add, I'm not out of line, but I've dealt with Roberts Insurance, the company that brought the options to it. And I've worked with them for 30 years, and they are class people. And I'm not speaking so much for a specific product, but the day after the last board meeting where I found out you were having an issue, I picked up the phone and called John Roberts, who is the one that works with us in that company. And but I didn't do that because you were a board member. I did it because I found out there was a problem. And I assure you, if I knew about the other 2 parents before tonight, I would have reached out immediately to them as well and gotten an answer going for them. So I'm sort of understanding what Ms. Clevenger is saying, that if the parents aren't aware that this is there, that's a communication issue that we need to deal with internally, and that's no reflection on any insurance company. It's a situation that we need to handle internally and make sure our parents know, because we are paying this. And the premium is consistent and it's fair based on what I've seen in the past. So I would just ask if there are parents. I'm glad to intervene because of my relationship with Mr. Rucker has the same relationship with them. And we'll be glad to reach out. And it doesn't have to be a board member that we do it for. We do it for any parent. So I just want to point that out.
The timing just seemed, I'm glad he finally reached out, but, board member or not, it shouldn't have taken from August till now. Yeah. But we only had 3 serious injuries in our district, so he should have known.
When is this due? When do we need?
June the due date on the payout?
The first day of the coverage is July 1.
Okay, yeah.
July 1? Do you all want to set a table it again? But I personally feel like that the more emphasis needs to be put on what we're doing internally. And then you can feel out you know, how
Well,
others.
he had even said that there
experience.
was a new sheet that went out that I don't know who got or whatever that had his information on it that people weren't getting. And I don't have that in front of me. Did he send out some new literature at the beginning of the school year or something? Is have his personal information on it or how to contact John? Yeah, okay, maybe that's it, because there was nowhere for us to contact other than you reach out as a parent through something else, K&K and do all of that. I never heard about John Robinson until after the last board meeting and nobody else, because I was told to send his information to the other two parents that needed to speak with him.
But that would really be more of a process of the front line of the injured child and their family would be athletic trainer, which we employ, coach, which we employ, and athletic director, which we employ. And so, you know, that I don't know in fairness that even your situation that we don't have to own some of why you didn't get the information that you should. But I can't speak to that right now. So I'm not sure that it's not.
I got the paperwork from them, but I don't know what.
Yeah. Back when their injuries happened?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any more?
We are certainly open to doing whatever the board would request us to do. If you need more information, but I would ask, just don't tell me you need more information. Tell me what you want to know so I can nail that down for you.
Dr. Foster?
So obviously, clearly the issue, the information in regards to, you know, how do we notify families about secondary insurance? What is the procedure? What are the steps we've taken?
Claims process.
Yeah. Is there any difference in coverages on the three?
They're very negligible really across the board from what I've seen in the claim documents. I mean, the response, Zurich's response rate is the best response rate out of the three. So.
More information, and I will touch base with our trainer and the athletic director. I can actually have them here at the next meeting because there's questions I just can't answer. I don't want the board to be making this decision in the blind. So we can table it again and put it on the April.
Are you all comfortable with tabling it again?
Yeah, I would just say I agree that it doesn't sound as much a Zurich issue or a Axis issue or a Hartford issue
back
as
up. I had the information from our athletic director and, you know, our, you know, our Mike and whoever it may be, but the company itself is the one that's holding payment up. That has nothing to do with us. You know, when I'm getting the letters I'm getting is because they're not following through and they're not paying this, and we're supposed to turn this stuff in. And I've done everything I can do. I've exhausted. I've called companies. You know, I've done everything I could possibly do, and I'm still getting letters on random bills that aren't there was like 11 different instances where we're holding up. Oh, now we're waiting on this paperwork and this paperwork. And I'm like, I've got 3 people telling me they're taking me to collections over $30 bills and stuff like that. That's the thing that's driving us, you know, sort of rubbed us wrong, because it's been a part-time job, you know, for my wife to try to keep up with this stuff. She's got a big file folder trying to do this. And I understand having 2 kids to have, you know, surgeries in the same year is a lot anyway, but it seemed to be a little excessive.
Yeah, that's what confused me, because last year when there, or a couple of years ago, when there was an issue, I was told that you had to pay it out of pocket and they reimbursed you. So this is news to me.
Yeah,
that
I just
clarification.
got $407 put back over an MRI this week.
Yeah. Okay. We will.
Fine, table.
Do I need to get a motion to table this, or
Yeah, I can make a recommendation that we table until the April meeting.
do I have a motion to table the student accident insurance bids until our next meeting?
I'll make that motion to table until the next meeting.
Tim? Do I have a second?
Second.
Pam? All in favor? Unanimous? Let's move on to action by consent. We all had a chance to look at that. So is there a motion to approve the action by consent items as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Tim? Do I have a second?
Second.
Pam? All in favor? Unanimous? Down to communications. Do we have board members?
Not tonight. Well, we did the Spencer County High School varsity choir and JV choir got distinguished at our KMBA assessment today. So that was nice. And our chamber and mixed choir going tomorrow. So prayers of good luck for us.
Okay, any other discussion on that? Dialogue and future agenda topics. None other, okay. Is there a motion to make agenda part of the official board meeting, minutes for March 25th, 2025?
I'll make that motion.
Lynn, do I have a second? Pam, all in favor? Okay, unanimous? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Lynn?
I'll second that.
Okay, Jason?
Just
All
all in favor.
all in favor? Oh, sorry. Unanimous. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Awesome. That was a lot of presentations tonight.